from the University of Laverne. This is Foothill Community News.
Welcome to Foothill Community News. I'm Charles Green.
And I'm Brianna Estrada. We have a lot to cover today, including what our local communities have been doing to give back for the holiday season. But first, November 20th marked National Transgender Day of Remembrance, where the community comes together to remember those who passed because of hate. Reporter Ariana Rodriguez shows us how the University of Laverne students paid tribute.
The Ludwig Center brought together a group of ULV students to discuss the constant violence against the LGBTQ community and give remembrance to those who never felt accepted. Organizer Sahiba Lidhar says why this hate has been a major problem in society.
There are people who are changing and it's normalizing now, which is completely fine. And there's people who are dying from this because people choose to be ignorant and they're not looking at the consequences of not being accepting.
The crowd gave praise to those who shared a small part of their transgender journey.
In simpler terms, I was born with a male brain and a female body. But you see, it isn't doing it justice to say that people like me are just trapped in their own bodies. Dysphoria is different for everyone.
According to the Human Rights Campaign, 2019 has already seen at least 22 transgender or gender nonconforming people fatally shot or killed by other violent means. LGBTQ advocate Ryan Conrad hosted a prayer to dedicate the memory of those who have been killed by the hate.
This festering problem of hate and intolerance in America eventually be addressed, and hopefully we can start here and then branch our way out.
People also explain what we need to do in order to support the LGBTQ community.
There is us. We all need to support and advocate for each other. And if you are not of that specific community, become an ally. Doesn't hurt to help somebody else.
It takes a lot to begin the first steps of transition, so please, if someone tells you to call them by something different, try your best. Give them that simple respect, because trust me, it is a relief.
Ariana Rodriguez, Foothill Community News.
Ariana Rodriguez also followed some of University of Laverne volunteers. They dug in deep to create a community garden accessible to those with disabilities.
University of Laverne students took up shovels and drills to help create a community garden that is accessible to those with disabilities.
And so we're taking redwood and we're basically raising it. And then another group is taking dirt and filling up the raised garden.
The Peace and Carrots Community Garden at the Church of the Brethren has been operating for 10 years. But because it was flat, people needing assistance couldn't use it. So student volunteers set out to help raise it.
You can get a wheelchair in there, you can get a walker in there, you can get one of the little tricycles that people ride that need that kind of support. And that way they can be fulfilled the same way all the rest of us are as gardeners.
The garden grows crops such as cauliflower and broccoli that it provides to local food banks. It has donated more than 18,000 pounds of food since it opened.
We like organic gardening, so we don't use bad chemicals in here. Today we're mixing in some really rich compost and manure in with the plants that we're putting together.
Now, all the seeds that are currently being embedded into the ground are in preparation for the new upcoming year and will be fully sprouted by then. Volunteers also received a lot more than just learning how to plant or build a garden bed.
I think you get new experience, that's one thing for sure, and then you also get, you get closer to a community of people, and it's just a fun time. You leave with more information than you came in with.
Volunteering is something super important to me, and this garden just does a lot to help those who are less fortunate than others, and so that's really what caused me to want to do this.
Ariana Rodriguez, Foothill Community News.
With the holidays just around the corner, the Inland Valley Hope Partners is on a mission to feed hundreds of struggling families this holiday season. Chanel Ramirez tells us just how they are reaching that goal.
Since 1968, Inland Valley Hope Partners Food Pantry has served the people from the Inland Empire, feeding thousands of mouths over the years.
They're a good blessing to us.
Lena Martinez has been coming for the last 7 years.
Pantry here helped me a lot. It helped my family, helped all us a lot. If it wasn't for them, we would not with food.
The pantry serves 2,000 households each month, providing them with supplies such as peanut butter, canned fruits, bread, and diapers. Workers say they are seeing an increase in the number of senior citizens and homeless people using the services.
I used to be down on Skid Road, and I understand what hard times are.
Food security operator Michael Watson says the high cost of living is making basic necessities like food unaffordable for people.
Driving a lot of them into the pantries to supplement what they would usually use for food, they have to come here because they're using that to pay for the high cost of housing in this area.
The pantry receives food donations from local businesses, grocery stores, and canned food drives around the area. Case manager Brenda Baldwin manages these efforts.
It's awesome to be able to be here to help people at times like this.
With the higher demand for food during the holidays, the food pantry heavily depends on volunteers from the community to lend a helping hand. Volunteer Janice Bravo says working at the food pantry is her way of giving back.
Really dear to my heart because as a young girl, my mom and I would have to come to facilities like this to get family dinners for ourselves.
The Inland Valley Hope Partners is on a mission this holiday season to bring families closer together. Reporting for Foothill Community News, I'm Chanel Ramirez.
Although the food pantry will not turn away anyone who needs its services, they do require that you have proper ID, such as a social security card or medical card.
The city of Glendora kicked off the holiday season with a festive stroll through Glendora Village. Reporter Raylene Lopez was there for the festivities.
The spirit of Christmas was in abundance in the Glendora Village, where lit-up trees lined the streets and holiday decorations filled store windows, as locals came out for the annual holiday stroll.
I love the trees. The trees look very, very good. I don't see any other cities doing this. It's really awesome.
The city's annual holiday stroll showcased festive decorations that illuminated the village. North Glendale Avenue was closed down, giving visitors the chance to walk through the plaza, shop, and witness various entertainers. Also, a very special guest stopped by. The event was kicked off with a tree lighting and featured different performances throughout the night.
I visited a few of the shops and I ate at a few places. I saw a little performance that was going on down just the way. It was really nice.
This is an event that Glendora residents look forward to.
I want to take a picture with Santa.
If you missed out on the event, don't worry, the fun isn't over yet. Santa will be in the Glendora Village every Saturday until December 21st. For Foothill Community News, I'm Raylene Lopez.
The holidays aren't just about good food and presents, they're about showing love and compassion to the people around you. Reporter Paulina Wortman tells us how one group is giving back to the community.
Meet the students of the University of La Verne's Physicians Society. They chose to pursue a career in the healthcare field to make a positive impact on people's lives. But treating illnesses and nursing patients isn't the only thing they learned on their journey. They teamed up with the university for their second annual toy drive to spread some cheer for the holiday season.
One of our main focuses is to serve underserved communities. We're very big into diversity, inclusivity, and giving back to the community. And definitely one of the best ways to do that is to do a toy drive because children who are underserved need more help than anybody else.
Their efforts are part of a bigger collection, Spark of Love Toy Drive, one of the biggest and most successful nonprofit organizations working with underserved children and families. Donation boxes placed at the university's Abraham Campus Center are already starting to fill up.
I think it's pretty cool that organizations on campus are getting together to give back to kids, especially that there's a lot of kids out there during the holidays that are not as fortunate enough to get gifts from their families or are in shelters and things like that. So it's pretty cool that school organizations are doing that.
The Physicians Society is doing a lot more than just healing this holiday season. They say something as simple as a small toy can make a big difference in a child's life. The Spark of Love has distributed millions of toys to children across Southern California. The society says their goal is to do their part and provide new and unwrapped toys for as many children as possible.
And it would be wonderful to see all their smiling faces and to have them have as much joy as possible during the holiday season.
That the most important thing we might do as healthcare providers is to tend to our patients' medical needs, but the most important thing that we will do as human beings will be spreading kindness and love.
They hope to carry on this tradition for years to come. For Foothill Community News, I'm Paulina Wortman.
The toy drive is going on now through December 20th. To find out how you can donate, visit abc7.com/sparkoflove. Still to come, we visit the Cruising Laverne Holiday Car Show.
And we'll take a look at what's happening around our community. We'll be right back.
to pose. Now sure.
Car owners from around the area gathered in Laverne for the annual Cruise in Laverne car show. Our own Ariana Rodriguez takes an up-close look at all of the cool rides.
The annual Cruise in Laverne Holiday Car Show hit Main Street once again in downtown Laverne. The event is now under new management and their goal is to have the best show yet. Some car owners noticed a big difference.
Bigger. It's gotten bigger. Yeah. It's gotten bigger.
The show featured more than 25 cars from vintage models to the latest sports cars. But the main event was the toy drive, where people brought unwrapped toys benefiting chips for kids. Mr. and Mrs. Claus also made an appearance, making it fun for the children.
It's for a good cause, the benefit for the children, and so we like to participate in it. And you meet a lot of really great people out here.
As car owners displayed their hottest models, everyone from car lovers to babies to kids, drawn to the dazzling array, came out to take a look.
I think it was going to be fun to take pictures of them all.
They're shiny.
That car, the shorty bus, keeps bringing me back. I get to hang around with it. I get to look at all these other really old, nice classic cars, even new sports cars.
The car show has doubled in sponsors this year, which means double the vendors, making it the biggest show yet and a more fun-filled event for the whole family. Reporting from Laverne, I'm Ariana Rodriguez, Foothill Community News.
The University of Laverne celebrated cultures across the globe during its annual International Education Festival. Paulina Waltman takes us there.
More than 300 students came out to the university's campus center to get a glimpse of life around the world. From Ecuador to India to Japan, each informational booth was filled with multicultural delicacies and mementos that created an unforgettable experience.
Each booth offered a new insight onto their culture about different things you learn, even though you think you know these cultures from pop culture and basically what they represent themselves, you learn something new intimately for the people who experience it and their people and things they offer for you to appreciate today.
Each of the booths had something unique to teach, such as fashion and even calligraphy.
Events like these help spread cultural awareness and speak to the university's values of diversity and inclusivity, and also help shine a light on current world issues.
One student and president of the Armenian Club says the event served as an opportunity to speak about some issues that struck close to home.
Basically, I think the importance of this type of event and the booth in general is the fact that we need to get more small developing countries and their cultures to be more heard about, especially with Armenia, considering that we have the bill that just was passed in the U.S. representatives.
Another student says this event creates a stronger sense of community and encourages people to come together.
Well, one thing, it's because of the rising tensions, obviously, in our society. So to learn, maybe to show that maybe we're not that different compared to we were before. But another thing too is also just to share like the knowledge behind our different cultures and maybe to understand each other a little bit more.
For Foothill Community News, I'm Paulina Wortman.
If you are looking for some family fun, we've got you covered. Here's what's happening around the town.
Looking to buy gifts for the holiday? Stop by the Holiday Marketplace pop-up to find some unique handmade gifts. The pop-up market is located at 600 South Almonte Drive in West Covina and will be open on December 12th and 13th from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Get ready to walk the dinosaur at Jurassic Quest 2019. Encounter true-to-life size dinosaurs in the largest dinosaur exhibit in America. It all takes place at the Pomona Fairplex December 13th to the 15th from 3 to 8 p.m.
Sprint into the spirit of season by participating in the 2019 Holiday Half Marathon at Pomona Fairplex. With snow falling at the finish line and holiday carolers to cheer you on, the race has everything you need to start the season off right. The event takes place December 14th to 15th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Calling all art lovers, head to the downtown Pomona Arts Colony for the monthly art walk. Visit over a dozen galleries of paintings, ceramics, and photography by local artists. The event takes place on December 14th from 6 to 9 p.m. and is free to the public.
Celebrate the magic of the holiday season and visit Westfield and Santa Anita for their winter nights. Try out some of their holiday arts and crafts and take photos with some of your favorite Disney characters. This event is a perfect way to spread the season joy. It all happens on December 14th and the 21st.
And finally, get ready for the annual Pomona Christmas Parade in historic downtown Pomona. This Once Upon a Christmas themed extravaganza is sure to create some holiday memories that will last a lifetime. The parade takes place on December 14th at 6 p.m.
That does it for Around the Town today.
When we return, a local professor paints the oceans of the world. We'll be right back.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all, not one bill. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Now let's take a look at sports with our very own Christopher Livingston. What's going on, Christopher?
Quite a lot, Charles, as we say goodbye to fall sports and say hello to winter competition. Let's first check out recent scores and highlights from sports teams at the University of Laverne. The men's basketball team dropped their home opener against Mount St. Vincent, losing 72-65. Sinai Enoch led all Laverne players with 14 points. It's been rough going for the men's basketball team as they sit in last place in SCIAC with an 0-6 record. It's been a different story for the women's basketball team, however. The Leopards hold a 5-2 overall record and sit in third place in SCIAC standings. Turning to our local high schools, the San Dimas Saints lost 14-0 to North High School in the CIF Southern Section semifinals. They finished the season with an 11-2 overall record. The Saints boys basketball team has opened up their season with a 3-2 record, losing to Bonita and Diamond Bar. The Saints girls basketball team has begun its season with a 1-2 overall record. Their lone victory was against California High School. The Bonita boys basketball team has started things out right, winning all 7 of their games, including a victory over San Dimas. The Bearcats girls basketball team won its first 4 games before losing 66-33 to Flint Ridge Prep. The Damien Spartans boys basketball team has also had a successful start to their season, winning 5 of their first 6 games, losing only to Sonora High School. And that does it for sports.
Thanks, Chris. One professor at the University of Laverne is making a big splash outside of the classroom with her artwork. Our reporter JC Theory has more.
One artist, 5 oceans. This is the mission expedition artist and Professor Danielle Eubank has embarked on for 2 decades.
It started that first day when I painted the Atlantic, which is kind of ironic because I grew up on the Pacific.
A native Californian, Eubank grew up with an appreciation for nature, but it was not until a trip to Spain in 2001 that she became fascinated by the ocean.
I really went 180 degrees from being terrified of it to wanting to paint nothing else but water in that amount of time. So it was a real blessing in disguise.
Since then, she has made it her mission to paint the oceans of the world, painting the Pacific Ocean in 2003. That same year, she sailed to the Indian and Atlantic Oceans aboard the Borobudur ship, and again in 2010 on the Phoenicia ship. In 2014, she painted the Arctic Ocean. Then, traveling through rough seas and frigid weather conditions, she sailed to her final destination.
I have sailed to Antarctica, which is where the Southern Ocean is, our 5th ocean.
The first person in history to paint all of the world's oceans, Eubank says the bigger picture of her work is to raise awareness about environmental conditions and their impact on water.
I want people to feel empowered. Right? So I want everybody to know that they can do something that helps the environment. At the very least, stop hurting it so much.
Last month, Eubank took her message to the Aquarium of the Pacific, where she joined a panel to discuss climate sustainability and also to showcase her work.
It's a confluence of art and science that she brings together.
Charlene Palmer found inspiration in Eubank's artwork and wanted to display her original pieces at Sea Gallery Fine Art in Long Beach.
Through Danielle's paintings, her idea is to, through her paintings, show the importance of water and how precious it is to all of us.
When she is not painting in her studio or advocating for the environment, Eubank can be found teaching multimedia design at the University of La Verne.
I try to give my students a holistic view of what they can do. It's all about finding what you are passionate about and incorporating that and communicating that wider.
As for the future, she is still thinking about her next art project.
There are some places where people are actually dying because there is so much pollution. And there's a beauty there, a physical beauty, but there's also, something very serious going on that needs to be fixed. Or, I don't know, I might start painting trees or something else. We'll see.
Although she has completed her mission to paint the world's oceans, Eubank says the Southern Ocean will always be with her.
I'm not sure I'll ever be finished painting Antarctica. It is stunning. It's so beautiful. Colors unlike the Arctic, colors unlike anything I've seen anyplace else.
Reporting for Foothill Community News, I'm JC Theory.
And that does it for us this season on Foothill Community News. I'm Brianna Estrada.
And I'm Charles Green. Thanks for watching and have a great holiday season. See you next year.